God is good, man. Spooky Lou with a very wonderful WrestleRoni for me and you. This is going to be one of those episodes, I promise you that. We're going to dip into everything that happened Saturday, everything that led up to it, everything that's happened since. Can't tell, I've lost my voice. I'm recovering. It's been 2 days. I got most of my voice back. Saturday, I say it on this show all the time, but Saturday was definitely my favorite moment yet. It was my favorite show yet, and we'll get into that. Where do we start? Really, where do we start with this? Marcus Twist is back. Saturday Night Special is back in RSW. The next day, they go to VCW and win the VCW tag titles finally, after years and years. SNS are also the VCW tag team champions, and I couldn't be happier for both of those guys, man. When I first got into the business, they were there with open arms. They welcomed me. They were my go-to guys. Mark was my co-host on this channel. We became tight. All of us became very tight. Recently, Dee Dee came back, and now Marcus is back. We're right back to where we should be. I couldn't be happier. Saturday night was crazy. It was already crazy. I was already over the moon that I could call matches with the great Phil Stamper. A guy that I've always looked up to. I love what he's doing for independent wrestling. I know he loves this shit just as much as I do, and that was an honor and a pleasure. Before we get all mushy with the Marcus stuff, I'll tell you a little story about Fairmont State before the show even starts. Our old commentator that we hadn't seen in months, he told us he was done, has been doing commentary for another promotion in the area. I come out and I saw him ready to do commentary. I'm like, hey man, we're kind of already set up. We don't need you tonight. It's me and Phil Stamper on commentary. There was no way I was letting him do commentary with Phil Stamper. It just wasn't happening. I told everybody, I told him, I worked too hard for this. This is my night just as much as it was everybody else's. And there was a bit of back and forth. He got a little shaky and he took off. Hey man, let us know you're coming. I even told him you can stay and enjoy the show. He said, don't talk down to me. I've given you a free show there, buddy. But yeah, so the adrenaline was already going. Now I already had some, testosterone flowing through me and some all that good shit. And I'm trying to think of the order to tell you this story because it's so crazy. We'll go ahead and talk about the night more and then we'll jump back. I went into this thinking Frat Daddy. I called on Frat Daddy. Frat Daddy agreed. I thought that was going to be the mystery opponent for Lane. And we're in the meeting. Tim's running down the matches. Frat Daddy against Trevor Gage. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I let the meeting stop. I asked Papaw Wrestling, what the hell's going on, man? He said, just make sure you react. Things just got a little bit bigger. And I was so confused. So now I have to sit there and do commentary with Phil Stamper. No pressure there. Without thinking, who the hell am I introducing? I'm sitting there thinking, are we bringing in some deathmatch guy? They know I like death matches and extreme stuff. So I get up there, do my best to think of some lines to introduce this mystery guy that I have no clue who I'm introducing. And out comes Leatherface. And at first I'm like, yo, did we bring in Super Leather? No, that's not. Well, it's got to be some deathmatch guy doing some horror gimmick, And I stood there on that apron. And you've seen the footage. If not, watch the match. It's phenomenal. Takes off the apron, takes off the shirt, takes off, and I see the tattoos, and I'm like, wait, no way. I recognize the tattoos, but still, I just knew there was just no way. And we're going to get into why I thought this was impossible. He took off the mask, and I think I've been crying ever since. What a rib. They snuck him in. Nobody knew. 3 people knew. They snuck him in, put him in a different locker room. And I told Tim and I told Papaw, nobody's ever done anything that cool for me. And I know it wasn't just for me. It was for the fans. It was for all of us. I wasn't the only one that missed Marcus. But still, Marcus hasn't talked to me since October. So let's go down that road. Let's talk about that a little bit. Again, when I started, Marcus hit me up and wanted to be on the podcast. I'll never forget that. I go to record, the computer freezes up, and while I'm trying to fix my computer to record the podcast, me and him bullshitted for an hour, just talking shop and him filling me in on things. And I guess he took a liking to me. And from there on, hell, the first Fairmont State show I went to, I walked in, and him and Dee Dee threw me a Saturday Night Special shirt that I still have to this day. And they've always treated me like gold. I'll be honest, me and Marcus grew a little closer than me and Dee Dee did. And that's not to downplay me and Dee Dee's relationship. I love that guy to death. He's never done anything wrong to me. Always super positive, super supportive. You can ask anybody. Everybody loves Dee Dee Vice. Heel, baby, whatever. Everybody loves Dee Dee Vice. But me and Marcus became really close. We talked on the phone every day. He helped out so much with the channel. The logo you see is Marcus's doing. The graphics, the thumbnails we used to have, that was Marcus's doing. He bought a camera for the channel. He bought hard drives for the channel. He got me bookings. We went everywhere. We went to the second Evil Ways show. I was able to record that because of him. Negative Outlook, I was able to be a part of that because of him. He got me numerous opportunities, and I don't take that for granted. And then things went south. In October, we were filming his movie that he wanted to make. I was more than happy to film, edit, help him any way I could, and we made a phenomenal horror movie, I think. Well, okay, maybe it was phenomenal to me. Maybe it's not phenomenal, but it's a nice little watch, okay? So I wanted it to work. I wanted people to watch this horror movie. So I devised the idea that I would have a Halloween special. We would have all these different guests, and it was basically a promotional tool to promote the movie. And then it became something bigger. I said, well, hey, Gannon, can we shoot some stuff at the school? He's like, well, hell yeah, man. What do you want to shoot? And I was just some introductions and stuff. Nothing crazy. Gannon says, well, why don't we have some matches? Okay, dope. So then that's where the disagreement comes into hand. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but there were some things done there that Marcus didn't agree with some other people in RSW. And those people are gone now, but there was a big fight. I was kind of in the middle of it, and it came to the point where I had to go one way or the other. And I think I made the right decision. Marcus thinks he made the right decision. And I don't know if we'll ever agree on that. I do think I made the right decision. I got to run my own shows after that. We had a great time. But believe me, it cost me. It cost me those bookings I'm speaking of. It cost me my best friend. I missed the dude to death. I thought about him all the time. When you talk to somebody every day for 2 years, I mean, it sounds gay as hell, but it was like a breakup. And I reached out. I tried to message. I tried to tell him where I was come from. I was blocked on most platforms. I found a loophole on Instagram, and I messaged him, and I never heard back. So I gave up. I said, well, hey man, people come and go. It was nice. And then Dee Dee comes back, and it was so good to have Dee Dee back because we lost Dee Dee because of that argument. A lot of drama, in case you don't know, a lot of drama happened between here and there. But it was so good to have Dee Dee back at RSW. And leading into Fairmont State, this deal with Lane Cali, again, the plan was Frat Daddy. And Dee Dee, I got to give it to Dee Dee. I got to give it to Papaw Wrestling. I got to give it to Tim. They made it happen. Marcus and Tim weren't exactly cool either. They had to have a talk to make this happen. And the talk was had, and here we are. Again, when he made that entrance, I had no clue. And I'll be honest with you, when all this shit started with Lane, I said, man, God, it would be perfect to have Saturday Night Special to have my back after all they've done for me over all these years. But I just know it's impossible. Dee Dee helped me in Mannington. You've seen that. It's on Trials of Ascension. Thank you so much, Dee Dee. But I really wanted Marcus back. I thought about that, and I never even brought it up to anybody because I just knew it was a pipe dream. And here we are, man. So Saturday was something. Now, I don't give a shit that Fairmont State saw me cry. I'm a grown-ass man. And I tell you, once I started crying, I think every emotion that I had held deep down, it just kept coming out and coming out and coming out. Believe me, on the ride home, I cried. When I got home and told my wife, I cried. I think there was a lot of stuff that I had buried in there that I hadn't dealt with that came out. I think there's probably still plenty in there that I haven't dealt with that's going to come out. I don't go to psychiatrists. I'm a tough man. I'm not. But I try to be, and I try to just bury that shit and deal with it. So where do we go, man? Where do we go from here? The sky's the limit. It wasn't just Marcus Saturday. God bless it. Frat Daddy coming back, the main event, the title matches, the four-way, the tag title match. Honestly, everything's a blur after that moment. It really is. Everything kind of mishmashes together, and I gotta watch the footage back. Of course I do. I have to edit it anyway. I remember having a great time. Phil Stamper was great. Like I said, just a guy like us that loves wrestling, and you could tell it. He's on a level above us, but never did I feel that. Never did I feel like he thought he was better than us. He was such a huge help. He was, hey man, take this microphone and charge it so in case this microphone dies, use my charger. Different things. Phil, God bless you, man. You're the greatest. Thank you. It's a phenomenal show. I really can't wait for you to see the whole thing. We outdone ourselves. RSW right now is untouchable. The state's untouchable, man. I am so proud of what we're doing. VCW's show yesterday was phenomenal. We're working with ASW. ASW continuing to be steady phenomenal. There's so many promotions I could put over right now that I'm so proud of what we're doing. I tell you what, let's get into some fan questions. We had some fan questions. Let's see what we can get out of this and see where we go. Really, I have no format for this. Surprise, surprise. I just wanted to get this out there. Kind of let y'all know that the rib they played on me, the depths of it, how deep it goes. Kind of explain why I fucking cried like a bitch, you know? So, kind of put that out there. Let's get to these fan questions, man. First one's from the great Colton Canterbury. Great referee up at Mega Pro. Always been a friend of the channel. Let's see what he has to say. Now that we're more than halfway through 2024, what's been your favorite moment and match in any promotion? It's a good question, Colton. I appreciate it, man. Honestly, everything, what we was just talking about, there's no topping Saturday. That wasn't just a wrestling moment. That was a life moment. That was somebody that meant a lot to me is back. But we've discussed that, so let's talk about some other stuff. Another thing that was beyond wrestling, really pulled the heartstrings, really made me feel good, was when Rucker and Duzan won the tag titles in Grafton. There's a story that goes into that will be told another time. That's a great story. But it was so good seeing those two win the belts. Seeing Rucker win his first championship in front of a lot of his friends and family. The emotion you hear from me, the emotion you see from him is very real. I'm so glad I could be on the call for that, witness it with my own eyes. I love both those dudes to death. In case you can't tell, RSW, man, we're tight. We're a family. We've been through a lot in the past year, and it's only made us all closer. Everybody has each other's back, and I'm really close with both of those guys, and it meant a lot to watch them win the title and see the reaction and just live that. If we're talking outside of the Indies, outside of West Virginia, Cody Rhodes finally winning the title, that was awesome. That was amazing. Trying to think of some other great stuff I've seen this year. Really, man, like, it's been a lot just West Virginia stuff. I've been kind of in a bubble this year. It's not that I'm not watching AEW and WWE. All In was phenomenal. What a pay-per-view. AEW still kills it on their pay-per-views every single time. There's been a lot of goosebump moments. I'm trying to think of what I was going off about the other night and really clapping about in here. I don't know, but there's been a lot of great moments. A lot of great moments. But like I say, I'm kind of in a bubble right now, but it's a great bubble to be in. I'm enjoying West Virginia independent wrestling. That's the majority of the wrestling I watch because I have to edit our stuff. So I'm watching 2 different angles all the time of every match in RSW. Appreciate the question there, Colton. If I think of anything else, I'll throw it out here later. The great Grace Duncan Harris. I can't give her enough credit. Doing a phenomenal job as a camera lady for PWL. And so proud of her. But let's see what she has to ask. What is your dream match to video or do commentary? Woo, a dream match. Man. There's still some of my favorites going. They're still on the scene. I'd love to see Steve Corino come back one day and work with him. That was always my dude. Masato Tanaka's still killing it. So if I can make a dream match, do commentary on it, let's put Masato Tanaka with Joey Janela, with DD Trash. They're all on the same team, mind you. Let's throw in another wrestler that I love and would be possible to book. Let's put... you know what? I've been having my eyes on Morgan Dash and really want to get him in RSW, so let's put him in there. Let's put him up against... There's 5 on that team, I think. I've had a little bit of Jack Daniels before this. I apologize. Let's put him against SNS. Let's put him against Airstar. And we'll throw... Who we going to put on their team to help them? You know what? For as much as he's done for me, you guys might not like him, but I'm going to put Jeff Paul on the RSW. I guess it's an RSW/PWL Dream Team I'm making here. Fuck it, put Lane Cali on the other side. Okay? Now we're really filling things up. Ricky Morton's still going. Put Ricky Morton on our side. West Virginia against the world and Lane Cali, I guess, because I want Lane Cali to take an ass whooping. That would be fun to do commentary on. That would be great. That's just what I come with up with on spur of the moment. I'm sure I'll think of a million names when I'm done with this. Make it a Survivor Series style type match too. Fuck it, make it War Games. That way Lane can really get fucked up. She also asked, earlier this summer I got the video my childhood favorite, Ricky Morton, speak of the devil, this versus Jeff Paul. It was like a dream come true. What legend would you or have you been a part of that match? I'll tell you a moment that gave me goosebumps that I remember. I remember recording Johnny Swinger. That was fun up at PWL. RSW, we don't bring any names, and that's fine because we don't need to. We make stars. Same with PWL. But a moment that I'll never forget that gave me goosebumps. I was standing in that entranceway at PWL at the Beckley Mall, and the Bullet Club music hit. And I've always, since day one, man, I've watched Ace Austin since Major League Wrestling to Impact to New Japan. I've always enjoyed his work. And it was the fact that I was recording Ace Austin, a guy younger than me. Also in the Bullet Club, always been a huge fan of Bullet Club. That was a huge goosebumps moment. And I definitely hope I get to work with more names in the future. We're supposed to have O'Shea Edwards come in. Don't know what happened. I don't ask, because if I ask, then they might tell that I might run my mouth and I might take an ass whipping from O'Shea Edwards. I be pissing people off out here. I got a certain former New Japan piece of man, he's big. I might run into him one day. But I pissed off a dork, somebody that's not the greatest person and doesn't have the greatest reputation, just by making a joke on Tim's post. He was talking about people, workers, bothering people for footage and blowing them up for pictures and footage. My reply was I don't get much of that. Everyone I work with is very respectful. I was putting over the people that I work with because, honest to God, anytime I get a message, every time it starts with, Lou, I know you're busy, but. So they respect the fact they know I'm over here editing, doing what I got to do. They're very respectful, very patient. I said it in the post. Then I made a joke. Whoever is doing that, I had no clue who it is. Must be that guy. Fucking protein powder thief. And he got pissed. I said, whoever is doing that needs to know we have the power to make footage disappear. Which we do. I can hit delete and I can make files disappear. I never have. I just bought another hard drive last week so I can keep this footage forever and ever. Never would I dream to do that. But I do have the power to do that. That's not a lie. But it was a little joke I was making. And boy, this bald son of a bitch, he got all fired up. He left a reply on the post. He went and made a post about me. Like, man, I know sometimes I have it coming, but this time I was playing nice. Dork, you. Like, emotional. Very emotional man. Very emotional man. Needs to get his shit together. Oh, man. I probably won't ever bump into him. I don't know who the hell would book the idiot. If you want to know who it is, just think about some of the shit I said. Who steals protein powder? Figure that out, you'll know who it is. Let's see if we got any other questions here. So, yeah, in case you don't know, man, it's been a dramatic week for old Spooky Lou. Man, we got some big things coming up. I wish I could tell you. There's so much I wish I could tell you. It's spooky season, baby. That's all I can say. I couldn't be happier. I have some crazy opportunities on the way. I can tell you one. I'll tell you this one. You want to hear? PWL, in case you have lived under a rock, you're not on social media, PWL's heading to North Carolina. It's kind of a thing that West Virginia promotions don't do, you know. RSW does. We go up to PA, Ohio, Connecticut, but not a lot of West Virginia promotions travel outside of West Virginia. And PWL's heading to North Carolina, and Spooky Lou, and somebody will be right along with me, so I can't wait to do that. So thank you for the opportunity again, Jeff. I'm super excited for that. Just one of the many things coming down the pike. Man, you want to stay tuned. Let's see if I got any more fan questions. Yes, I do. Dustin Alexander, still RSW heavyweight champion of the world. Love this dude. What moment from this year left you the most disappointed or let you down opposed to expectation? Well, we're talking about names coming in. We finally tried to book a name to bring him in. I thought O'Shea Edwards was coming in, man. I was super excited for that. I don't know what happened. Don't care, but he didn't come in, so I was disappointed. Other than that, really, man, as far as right here at RSW, there's times I get super frustrated, and I think we should be doing this or doing that. I can't say I'm really disappointed. I've been disappointed in some decisions people have made, but that's on them. That's them, and fuck them, they're gone. I'm glad they're gone. It opens up spots for better people. Right now, there's no one to be disappointed in. You know what? Fuck it. Yes, there is. Some of y'all could be helping more with the damn ring. I say it so much on the podcast. Now, who am I to say I'm disappointed in you, right? But if we're talking you know what? Now you got me thinking. I am proud of everybody, but you do have me thinking. I made a group chat for Trials of Ascension. I really had high hopes for this show. Anybody featured in that, I put them in this group chat. My thought was we could bounce ideas off of each other. Whenever I have a show coming out, boom, I'll put out the match listing. Hey, guys, I need some promos, da-da-da-da-da. And I get them. It worked before with the IW, so I said, well, it'll work again. Nope. I want to give it up to... I wish I could give it up to these guys, but I'd be killing the business if I did. 3 of y'all came through for me. I think you know who you are. I'll give one name. Okay. Offie Kessler, God bless you. You came through. Did your part. And you know what? I even added a veteran to that chat. They could ask this veteran whatever they wanted, get advice, yada, yada, yada. Not a peep. crickets, man. I believe me, before I added that veteran, everybody's joking, laughing, having a good time. But I'll ask every week, hey guys, I'm working on this. Can I get a promo? Don't hear a word. So I'm not mad. Believe me, I still love y'all. I want to work with you. No heat. But I thought it would be more than it was. I really thought you would see the opportunity. I thought it was an opportunity. Not that I'm the biggest channel in the world or anything, but I made this show to help elevate not only young talent, but talent in the area that I felt wasn't getting their due. I pitched this to Tim. He gave it to me. And Jeff sees the importance of it from PWL. Thank you for that. Other folks have seen the importance of it. And other folks have told me, hey, man, let me know how these guys do so I know if I can book them or not. If your name gets asked, I'll let them know. And again, no heat, for real. Just a very disappointing experience. The shows still come out, but they are definitely not what I envisioned them to be. Now, granted, when I'm at these shows, I could catch up with these guys, get some promos here and there, and I have. But I really thought we could shoot some stuff at home, send it in, weave it into the show, and tell some stories. And it's been 3 weeks. We're now on week 4. And 3 of the 30 people I put in that group chat came through for me. Sure, people have asked me, hey, what do you want in a promo? What do you want? Hey, I'll get it to you. Nobody. I get that you're busy. I get that you have a life outside of wrestling. Totally understand it. It just, but that applies to everybody. So I saw who wants it just a little bit more than the others. I still love everybody in that group chat. Would do anything for them if they asked. I believe they would do stuff for me if I asked. But they didn't come through for me on Trials of Ascension. Honest to God, I thought about canceling the series. I still may, because believe me, it's all on my shoulders. But I would like to make some stars. I would like to tell some stories. There's other ways to do that, though. I have other means. So time will tell. Time will tell. It seems that you guys have enjoyed the series. I can't thank the fans enough. The fans have been great. The subscribers have been great. Fairmont State was magic this weekend. Here Crybaby is on here bitching about people not sending me promos. I don't want to end it on a bad note. Honest to God, we have a lot of hard workers. Don't take it as me saying we don't have hard workers. We have people that want this, that live this, that breathe this. So I'm very happy with where West Virginia Wrestling's at. I'm very happy with where the channel's at. Believe me, we got some crazy stuff coming up the pike. Saturday Night Special is back on the channel. Can't wait to see what we do with that. We still got Dee Dee's show. I'd love to get Marcus on the podcast. I've reached out to him. Haven't heard back. But, hey, man, time heals all wounds. I'm a patient man. I'm just glad they had the guy back in RSW. Yeah, man. I think we've covered a lot of ground here. 28 minutes, you know. What do we got coming up, man? We got all kinds of dates in Morgantown, here and there. RSW's making moves, too. Believe me, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you're going to see soon. We're leveling up in a big way. I'm super proud of PWL, super proud of the workers, super proud of, hey, man, we're in the Papal Wrestling era, definitely not an error. We're in the Papal Wrestling era of RSW. Anything can happen. Love that dude to death. I want y'all to stay tuned because, believe me, it's going to get crazy. We're in such a good place. I know I've said it a million times, but now we've got all this great young talent I've been talking about. We've got all this great established talent I've been talking about. It's the perfect storm plus, like WrestleRoni plus. There's an added bonus. We got the perfect storm. Plus, Saturday Night Special is back and better than ever. Stay tuned. So much coming up, man. I wish I could tell you more. I will, over time. I promise you. My voice will come back, and we'll do it to it. I think I gave away a lot of stuff. Probably too much. I'll probably get in a little bit of trouble, but you'll have that. If you're a commentator, show up and do work. Don't come back after 10 shows thinking you're doing commentary with Phil Stamper. I'm Spooky Lou, damn it. You know? So we learned that. That's all I got, man. I really do. I can't thank y'all enough. I love you to death. Stay tuned. Treat each other with kindness and respect. Go out there and live your dreams. Please do. Give it a shot. And I hate to get super cornball on you and super, I don't want to bring religion into it. Whatever your God is, put your faith into that. Put your hopes and dreams into that. Friday night, when I laid down, I said, God, give us something special. Give us something good at Fairmont State. We all worked so hard, and man, he delivered. It wasn't just him. Tim, Dee Dee, Papal, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. If you haven't seen what I'm talking about, get on the channel, man. You'll see it right there. Marcus Twist versus Lane Cali. Phenomenal stuff. Phenomenal moment. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Stay tuned. We got so much coming from RSW. I got a stockpile. We got footage from Buchanan still. We got footage from the anniversary show. We got footage from other shows I can't even think of because we got so much footage. Man, we're in a great place. Couldn't be happier. Love ya. I'm going to go work on getting my voice back. I'm out of here.